of night.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Night Train. I'm your host, Billy Night Train I. They call me Night Train because I keep it rolling all night long. Tonight I'm going to be talking with the legendary comedian Pat Cooper. Let me give you a little clip right now so you can remind you who Pat Cooper is.
Oh, the gypsies took it. Of course, New York has a lot of gypsies. You go on every block, there's a gypsy.
Well, it's true, I saw it.
Excuse me. Are you an entertainer? Are you in show business?
No, I...
Then what am I talking to you for? Jerry, bring the jacket back tomorrow.
All right.
Pat Cooper is not only like I said, a legendary comedian, a Las Vegas headliner. He's also an author, chef, Italian chef, and actor. He appeared in Analyze This and Analyze That in dramatic roles. Now, keep in mind when you listen to this, Pat called me on a Saturday morning. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I was hungover to begin with. I was not expecting this call, so he woke me completely up. And also keep in mind that a year after this interview was recorded, Pat Cooper wrote the introduction, the foreword to Jerry Lewis's autobiography. You'll probably find that interesting in the context of this interview. So, from the great Pat Cooper.
Yeah, I'm writing a book with a couple of the gold diggers. You know, Dean Martin's Gold Diggers.
Yeah, I know the gold diggers. In fact, when I did his show, God, I'm getting old. Years ago, I met a couple of them, but I don't know if these were the girls.
And I wanted to ask about Dean Martin because he was such a great entertainer.
Yeah, it was the last of him.
He meant a great deal in Italian culture. He and Frank Sinatra.
Well, I got news for you. I was, you know, some of these guys who claim they're in the Italian culture,
Yeah.
but never helped an Italian.
Really?
That pissed me off, even with Sinatra and Perry Como. None of them helped an Italian. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do.
We're all great Italians, and I would say to myself, well, Jesus, give your culture a little bit of a boost. And they never did. I don't know, because our culture always, impresses people that we don't get along. And that's what's bad. But as far as Dean Martin, he was one of a kind and just had tremendous charisma, very macho, more so than Sinatra.
Oh, yeah?
And if you talk to any Italian man, they say, if you had to be born again, would you like to be Frank or Dean? They all said Dean.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
He had that kind of a hop, kind of a skip and a jump that was just very charismatic. And
yeah.
He was one of the great crooners. A lot of people didn't really give him that credit. He was a great crooner. He was not a singer.
Yeah,
Sinatra, Vic Damone were singers. This guy was a crooner. What am I making speeches here for?
No, you're telling me exactly what I want to hear. Someone else's perspective, someone who knows. You're in the business.
Well, I work with these guys, and it's the great thing about this whole scenario is we lived to be in that era. It was the greatest era, musical and talent-wise, since the 20s. That was one of the best eras I ever lived in, and if I had to be born again, I want to live in that era again. Show business was show business. Today it's show off.
Yeah, Las Vegas is so different today than it was.
Las Vegas is a metropolis. They're waiting for Superman. Let me tell you something. In my opinion, they ruined the ambiance of a great city.
Yeah.
It's no longer a city. It's a metropolis with people who don't know how to run the goddamn town. They're buying entertainers for 5 years because they're lazy.
Yeah, you saw the wide range of talent, even into the 70s and 80s in Las Vegas. Everybody played Vegas, all the greats.
My friend, I tell you, what they want to do now is have big, these big circus shows.
Yes.
And it's nice to a point, but you don't need circus shows to entertain people. And the proof of the pudding was a Sinatra, Sammy Davis, a Dean Martin, a Perry Como, who were individuals who commanded great crowds and entertained great crowds by being by themselves. Today you need 150 people, a couple of clowns, and a few gay guys jumping up on a board.
Yeah, we just don't have the stars like we had then.
There are stars today in the 18 to 40. You understand?
Yeah.
What Vegas is doing now, like Bette Midler and Cher, They take over the room. They bought the room. That's why they're going to be there for 4, 7, 8, 9 years. You understand? Because these guys are scared to pay them because they figure they've been around a long time. But these people bought the room and they'll be there for a few years. You know what I'm saying? The proof of the pudding was that girl from Canada. What's her name?
Oh, yeah.
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion, yeah.
I think Celine Dion has hurt her career by being in Vegas 5, 6 years.
Hey, did you ever play?
She can become forgotten.
Oh, yeah. Hey, did you ever play a place called the Latin Casino in Cherry Hill, New Jersey?
Oh, I worked there many times. I do not know what I have not worked or who I not opened for. I opened for Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Nat King Cole, Perry Como. It goes on and on and on. And I reached a peak because I am where I want to be. I refuse to give up my dignity to be even further because I found out some of these major stars who are just not down to earth. You know.
Yeah.
They could not be down to earth. And with all due respect to Dean Martin was not the biggest tipper.
Oh, no?
He came off very macho. I mean, Sinatra was a very big tipper, and I think Sinatra's more down to earth than Dean. See, Dean, you could not get close to him. He did not want anybody too close to him. He would play golf with you for 2, 3 months and then get rid of you. No, I'm not being fresh. I'm telling you facts. He was very cold toward people. He didn't just, if you read his bio, he really never got close to, like, my bus buddies and my friends, really. You never heard him, with all the broads. You never heard that about him. Meanwhile, a lot of people didn't know that he married a 24-year-old girl before he died, but he divorced her. And whatever thing he had with women, no one knew his business. Very loner. Very loner.
Yeah, not a lot of those ladies talked about it.
And, but a very, what can I tell you? Here's a guy that's just, he's the last of him, and that's the end of that. He's gone. And I just wish these kids would turn around and understand what it is to have great talent. Rather than have, gimmicks or talk dirty and filthy. That's what kills me. Comedy is great, but when you start to get into the garbage dump, because even Homebox ought to be ashamed of themselves or to some of the crap they put on. But that's what it is. They go for the 18 to 40. So what they said to me, they don't want to use me. I said, okay, I hope you're not drowning. They said, why? Because if you're drowning, you're going to have to wait for an 18 or 40 guy to save you. And they go, well, that's not a nice attitude. I said, well, screw you.
Yeah, really.
So anyway, what else can I do for you?
Well, what was Sinatra like to work with?
Sinatra was, he had an entourage of people who thought he was Jesus Christ. I'm talking about tough guys who bend down for this guy. I mean, this guy had an army of people that adore him, and, hey, Frank, I love Frank. Mention Frank to me, mention me to Frank. Oh, Frank, I'm outside. Yeah, tell him I loves him. Oh, bullshit. And not one of them were men. Not one of them were men, if you get my drift. That's why Dean told Frank to go fuck himself. When Dean and Frank were at Chicago, Dean said to Frank, goodbye, I don't want to be here no more. And when Dean died, Frank never showed up at the funeral.
Really?
Because when Frank gets pissed off, he don't give a shit. He don't talk to you. He turns his back. So if you read his history, he didn't go to the funeral. He played with his dogs. Because Dean told him to go fuck himself in Chicago. He said, I don't want to work for you no more. So who are you to tell me how to live my life? Dean had more money than Frank would ever have. Dean had a percentage of people with stock in NBC. They paid him off. He's a trillionaire. So there's your answer when you want to know about inside.
Oh, yeah.
He died by himself. He had no teeth in his mouth. He was having implants, and he was drinking, and he was eating a dish of pasta, and then he just passed away. And if you want to recognize them, they took one picture of him. It wound up in the Inquirer that the family asked, please do not photograph my father, because he looked like an old Italian man without no teeth. And his hair was receding. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Dean had a tooth. I really believe he had a tooth. Because when they showed that picture in the Inquiry, he looked like an old Italian peddler. And I'm not saying it to be funny, because, I mean, as a talent, I had the highest respect for this guy, but he was very cold, in my opinion. My relationship with him, as little as I was, how you doing, kid? I was always a kid. How you, kid? And I never got close. I finished my show, I closed the door, and went home. Never hung out with any of these people. Not because I was a prude. You know, when you close the butcher shop, you go home.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids want to hang out with Dean and Frank and Jerry and Dean and Frank and Jerry and Dean and Frank. So Jerry's, getting ready to write his third book. What's his third book? It's explaining his first two books. That's the bullshit. He doesn't understand it's over.
Yeah.
They don't get it. It's over. You know, the Jones kids, the Jonas boys are hot today. These are the kids. Beyonce's hot. These are the people they want to hear. So it's their time. God bless them. Let them live and enjoy.
Really?
So that's my, and as far as the girls, they got to say, well, we did the show. God bless. It was wonderful. And they were gifted to do it. And I don't think anyone became a star from that show.
Yeah, not really. Do you remember playing Caesar's Palace? Did you ever
Me?
play Caesar's? Did you ever play
I played
Caesar's?
everything in Vegas.
Oh, yeah?
Everything. I played the Riviera. I played the Caesars. I played the Flamingo. I played them all.
What was the best club to play in Vegas for you?
Caesars, at that time, Caesars became, when the Sands started to collapse, is when that guy hit Frank Sinatra. And
Yeah.
Frank quit the Sands and went to Caesars. He brought all his people over to Caesars, and it hurt the Sands.
It was a beautiful
Nat
place.
King Cole, whether you know it or not, Nat King Cole built Capitol Records, not Sinatra. It was Nat King Cole. And
Yeah.
that's history. And he was one of the finest men in the business, a gentleman, and a classy man. I worked with him. He was friendly. He was nice. He made you feel important. The other guys put you in a balloon, which is okay. That didn't bother me, you know. And then when I went downtown after working with Sinatra, they made fun of me. How can you leave Sinatra and go downtown with Joe Williams? I go, because when I work with Sinatra, I got $1,000. I said, I work with Joe Williams, I'm getting $5,000. So fuck him.
Yeah, Joe Williams was a great talent.
Not only a great talent, became a great friend. Now get this picture. They all made fun of me. A few years later, Frank goes downtown. All these assholes went downtown because Frank went downtown. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I went downtown when it was not supposed to be, the right thing to do. I went downtown and they made fun, but when these guys went after Frank, I really stuck it up their nose. I said, now all you big mouths are going downtown because Frank went. If Frank went to a shit party, you should all follow him. Because you're not men. How did he went downtown? I mean, all of them went downtown because Frank's there. And then when Steve Wynn got through with Frank, he threw him the fuck out. There's your answer. Well, who knows? How did Al Jolson become so powerful? You remember Al Jolson?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so about what, 20, 30, 40 years later, Frank Sinatra became the Al Jolson. And I think every so many 10, 12, 15 years, you get a guy very charismatic like that, or a woman, that the whole world wants to touch him. They don't know what it is. He didn't know what it is. Everybody said to me, well, he's God. I said, well, he's going to die. And when he died, I said, what happened to God? You know, it's wonderful to appreciate people, wonderful to love the talent of people, but nobody's God. Nobody. They're all human beings, and when you overproduce your affection for people, they become liquid. And they really think they can walk on water. They try it and they fall on their ass.
Well, you're right. You're right.
But I see Dean started to make it when hanging around with Sinatra to become the Rat Pack. But Dean had an individuality about him that people really, really watched that. They really liked that about him. And Sammy Davis, who was one of a kind, I mean, a great, great talent, and he died broke. What does that tell you about his fucking brains? He dies broke and he leaves his wife with about $20 fucking million worth of debts. She just died broke.
And
What does that tell you about these great entertainers who don't have a fucking brain?
what did they do with their money?
Oh, Sammy owed everybody.
Really?
If you wanted to buy Sammy next year, you had to give him a $20,000, down payment. And half of the times he never showed up. And you were around 20 fucking grand. How does that tell you?
I don't know.
Well, they're all full of shit. You don't think they're... Sammy gambled. He loved to gamble. He loved the broads. And he died happy. So there you are. I ain't got no broads. I lost my wife 4 years ago. I'm all by myself, but you know something? I'm still me.
Yeah, and you're one of the greatest comedians in the world, and you still are.
You know, they call me a legend. I said, I don't know what a legend is. I said, but whatever it is, I said, give me $3 after that.
Thank thank you so much for calling me, Mr. Cooper. This is exactly what I
You'll be
needed.
well. God bless. And
God
I hope
bless
I did
you.
you some service.
Thank you so much. You did.
Thank you for joining me for another edition of Night Train. I'm your host, Billy Night Train I, and I'll see you next time. That music means...
Tune in again tomorrow for The Edge of Night.